Dear Diary, may the energy from this week bring many blessings to the weeks coming after. Welcome back to another week of my Creatives Audio and Visual Diary. And Dear Diary, do you know that I missed a whole date on the last vlog, on the last diary entry? Let me take it back for a moment. So me and Maurice, me and my husband, have been committed to reinstating, channeling those 2011 summer vibes. Now, if you're not familiar with our 2011, that is the year we first started dating. We started dating in May of 2011 and we went on our first official date. Well, I guess we started to talk and chat in May of 2011, hanging out and such. And then we went on our official first date in June 11th, 2011. Now, for me, this day is my most prominent day for us. And I'm going to tell you why. Even over our marriage date, this day sparked the biggest flames for us. It solidified who we were. It solidified our best friendship. It really made everything so clear that we were meant to be together. We both worked at this place called the Crack Center, a community fitness center. I worked at the front desk. He managed the gym. And in passing, we had this running joke. Did you see that email that you were supposed to buy me lunch? Da da da. And we would just leave it there. Chuckle, chuckle, leave it there. But one day he walked up on me at the cafe. He said, "Hey, did you see that email that you missed buying me breakfast?" I said, "No, but I did see the email that you're supposed to be taking me to dinner soon. I don't know what's up with that." He was like, "Word?" I said, "Word." And I believe I specifically said you're supposed to be taking me to Fridays because I love Fridays at the time. So he was like, "All right, word." We set a date. We went to Fridays. He pulled up, opened my door. This is the sweetest gesture. We went in. It was like we were alone in that restaurant. The way we were chatting, locking eyes. Then we left the restaurant. We went on the City Ave Bridge and stood there for hours. Once we returned to Fridays after standing out on that bridge for hours, they were closed for a while. The sun was about to literally meet us back in my house. And that honestly sparked the flame for the summer. We would spend all night, come from the Croc Center. I would get off at 9:30, him the same. We would go back to my house, eat some food. Now, badly, we would frequent this McDonald's on 22nd and Lehigh. It was on the way to my home. We would grab McDonald's. We would always grab the crispy chicken sandwich and some fries. I would get me an orange high C, not Fanta. We would go sit on the steps and literally all night be on the steps, just chatting, talking. From those moments on, we were literally inseparable. We would see each other every day after work. Well, that's if neither one of us was sick, because Maurice does not play that. You had a little cough, a little sneeze. He was nowhere to be found. I see you when you get better. So when we say we're channeling summer 2011, we're channeling all the best vibes. All the best vibes that brought us together and kept us together. That joyful feeling of going outside, having fun, spontaneous acts. We would drive to Wildwood on a whim and drive back that night exhausted, or just all the things that we would do. We would take the kids out to go bowling or go to the movies, or all the things that made us us. We are channeling those vibes. So as summer hit for us, not summer break, summer, because we still have a job to do. Maurice runs a whole basketball camp, but we had a good cushion in between Layla being out of school and us going back to camp. So as summer is hitting for us, we are thinking about all the things we can do to channel those vibes. So our first date was out at the pool, not first date, but first date of the summer was out at the pool. We made some shrimp and some watermelon salad and just sat up there, vibe, play some cards, and then we started getting into the motion of taking evening walks. Once Layla went down for bed, let's go step outside, take a little walk, have a little chat. These are the things that made us us. We also want to acknowledge that we are not just a family of two anymore, haven't been for over a decade. So for our baby, even though we have summer camp and such, and this is our break week, we want to make sure that she's also doing things that feel good. She expressed, "I love basketball, but that's not the only thing I want to experience this summer." Earlier this week, we took her and our little niece Sam to go to Great Wolf Lodge. Now, this originally was supposed supposed to be a gift for the celebration of a great school year, her first year of middle school with a more rigorous curriculum and expectations. But then they won another championship on Sunday, so this was double loaded. They got to go to bed champions on Sunday and then wake up Monday and go celebrate and have, so much fun. And in the same way, with some of those same gestures, I'm doing that with Layla. Maurice is doing that with Layla. Let's turn on a movie and watch those together. Let's go for a lunchtime walk. Let's go at lunchtime to go grab some food and take it back to the pool and go take a little dip. Like, I want to consider all the little things as much as the big things so that this is a summer to remember for all of us. Speaking of things to remember, of course, we curated a Father's Day celebration for Maurice that he's definitely going to remember it and will love to run around and tell everybody about. So initially, I was like, okay, let's get him some gifts, which we did. We ordered him a water bottle. He lost a water bottle that he really loved. So we ordered him a water bottle that has like a tea infuser in it. And then we ordered him t-shirts, one that says Lay Money with Layla's faces on it. And then the second one that has me, pictures of me and Layla with the tag, the Williams girls on it. But also we ordered him things like a back massager to put in his chair when he's sitting for a long time and a couple of other things. But initially the plan was, in addition to these gifts, let's set a dinner reservation at a really nice restaurant. Take him out, let him get all dressed up and such. As we were thinking about our guy and what he loves and really needs, we were like, we can really curate this thing on our own, like turn our home into a really nice fine dining establishment. But also, this will allow for him to not have to leave the house, because he has to leave the house every week, 7 days a week, for something work related, right? So that will, one, allow him to wake up on Sunday on Father's Day, not have to leave the house, put his feet up, and rest until we're ready to serve him his dinner. And not to toot my own horn, but I felt like I, with the help of Layla, was totally capable of pulling off a fine dining menu, cooking, executing, planning, and giving him, honestly, even better vibes than if we would have went out. And that is what we did. So on Saturday, I woke up early. I prepped all of the things that would take a little longer the day of. So, like the sweet potato pie, the mac and cheese, things like that that I can prep today and then throw in the oven right before the meal the next day. And then me and Layla stepped out Saturday on our own, which allowed for him to rest again, put your feet up, play the game, take a nap, which he ultimately ended up doing, and just relax for a second and have the whole afternoon to yourself. So I took Layla out and we got some dishes to serve the food on. We went to go print the menus and just grabbed a couple additional things to make the night special. So then on Sunday, all we had to do was present him with his gifts, do some last minute cleaning of our space, and then cook the foods that were on the menu as they were coming up. This also brought my attention to, and sorry to make this about myself for a second, this also brought my attention to, girl, you can do this on a smaller setting. I know that if I have a restaurant, when I have a restaurant, I want small, intimate restaurants. I don't want them to be large. I want them to sit at max maybe 50 people. I want it to feel like you're in your grandmother's dining room or home at an event or shindig. I don't want this massive space and all these things going. I want it to feel very intimate. So the way that I prep this menu, prep this event, prep this space, made me very confident in the fact that, Janae, you could do this. You can do this publicly. You can do this in a restaurant setting, in a vibe setting. You can do this. Like, girl, get back on your Zoom. So I had the dishes popping in the oven and popping out like clockwork. I think the dish that I was most excited to serve was the cauliflower, the roasted garlic cauliflower that had the bacon and blue like sprinkles on top. I thought about that in my head because I was like, I want to do a salad, but I really want to include like some extra spice or element. And then I was like, maybe I'll do a warm salad. And then I was like, he really loves cauliflower, so maybe I'll do cauliflower wedges with a salad element on it. So I was thinking about the Cobb salad that has blue cheese and the bacon. And I was like, maybe I'll change that element over to cauliflower and topping the cauliflower, which the camera did not capture enough for me. The flavor, when I tell you, it turned out so well. Like, it's something I'm definitely going to have to reintroduce to other events, like put it out. Like, it does not look as flavorful as it is. Like, it was so good, like so good. Dear Diary, I do have to mention, things got really strict around here with the head of the front of house, Layla. All of our prep and preparation, I mean, I guess it's the same word, started at 4 o'clock. And I told him, hey, just stay back in the room, relax, take a nap, do all the things that feel good. We'll come get you at 6 o'clock for your reservation. Well, I went to go get him at 6 o'clock for his reservation, and he was knocked out asleep, not ready in any way, shape, or form. So I said, "Hey, just get up, get ready, and in a movement and time that feels good to you. But just letting you know that your daughter is waiting outside with menus in hand, right?" So he took about 30 minutes to get ready. Layla the whole time is like, "Can you go back there and check on him? Is he sure that he knows he's supposed to be coming out like as soon as he's ready?" I said, "I did tell him that. He's aware. I'm sure he's just getting freshened up." She goes, "Listen, I'm about to cancel his reservation because if you go to any other fine dining like restaurant, they're gonna cancel your reservation within 20 minutes. And like it's about to be 30 minutes. Like I'm about to cancel it." And I had to take a step back for a moment and just admire the little girl that I'm raising. Because, period, you have fine dining eating experience. You have couth and you understand the deal. Like she said, listen, he needs to respect what's going on. If he was anywhere else, they would have canceled this thing without remorse. And I said, you know what? Period. But we're not canceling it. But I said, you know what? It might be a little funny joke to play with him when he comes out and be like, hey, thank you for coming. But also, we did have to cancel your reservation. I will say this is something that I absolutely cannot pull off on my own. Layla was a superstar at this. She was just so professional. Like I'm like, you must really watch waitresses. You must, because she was so professional. She had her book when he was signing in. She asked him, have you ever been here before? Like, do you have any allergies? How does the menu look to you? The service was immaculate. Like she did everything so well. Checking in with the kitchen anytime there was a question. Oh, let me go ask my chef, or let me bring my chef out to speak to you. When I tell you this was a top tier professional experience, listen, what a gift. We left everything we could on the floor. When I tell you that it was such a great night, 10 out of 10. I recommend if I'm just patting myself on the back. Now, we did have two gifts that did not arrive on time, and we did have to give them to him the next night at dinner, which we went to dinner to celebrate the first night of camp, which went so successfully. But all in all, this week, Diary, I would do it over again and again. I'll close on his reaction to these shirts because it says it all. Until next time, Diary.
You look at that. My ladies, my girls. Yes, by far, these are better than the other gifts.